It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I touched on this on my live a little bit, and I want to touch on it a bit here. You know, for those that know, for those that don't know, lost in the shuffle of the Regis Prograis Haney press conference, and lost in the shuffle of the big Showtime news with them leaving boxing and PBC purportedly working with Amazon, right? We did have a fight scheduled for this weekend in the Cruiserweight division in the UK, or not the Cruiserweight division, but the light heavyweight division. Joshua Buatsi, he was supposed to take on Dan Azeez in a domestic clash. It was a fight that, you know, was a good domestic fight, but when you follow Buatsi's career and what he's done, you know, a real pointless fight because he could have had the Bivol fight, right? But I don't want to be negative in this video. We're going to be positive. Instead of being negative, why don't we be positive? The bad news is that Buatsi versus Azeez is canceled, and maybe depending on who you talk to, that's probably good news. But the greater news, the best news, is that the fight that I thought was the real main event, which was the co-main event, has now been upgraded from the co-main event to the main event, and that fight is none other than Isaac Chamberlain versus Mikael Lawal. Now, this is a fight that was supposed to happen a long time ago. This is a fight that has some bad blood. This is a fight where both fighters have history. These two were in Alexander Usyk's camp as sparring partners for him many moons ago, from I think about 5 or 6 years ago. It was like one of those fights that Usyk had in the World Boxing Super Series. So they know each other quite well. And Mikael Lawal was supposed to fight Isaac Chamberlain earlier in the year. He pulled out because he had a toothache, although it was, you know, alleged that Isaac Chamberlain stated that there was never any medical proof given, right? So Isaac has just been trolling him and calling him a coward. And this fight's very important for the Cruiserweight division because as it stands, you know, right now Isaac Chamberlain, I believe, is ranked number 10 in the IBF Cruiserweight rankings. This fight is for the British title, so once you're fighting for British titles, you know that these kind of fights will allow the winner in said British title fight to get into the rankings. So it's an important fight for the Cruiserweight division, but, you know, let's talk about it, right? Isaac Chamberlain, you know, he's a friend of the channel. We love Isaac Chamberlain here on True School Sports. You know, Isaac Chamberlain is a fighter that I think, you know, he has had a bit of mismanagement in his career. You know, he hasn't, you know, when he was with Eddie Hearn, he didn't get those prospect building fights to really truthfully build him up the way he should be, right? Then he had some promotional issues, and he had to find his way with Mick Hennessy and now Ben Shalom boxer, right? But he's fought some of the best cruiserweights in this division. You know, when we talk about the biggest names at cruiserweight, like Lawrence Okoli, like Chris Billon-Smith, Isaac Chamberlain has been in there with them. He's fallen short against both of them. This fight, he should go in as the favorite. But I'm going to say it like this. And just because he's my friend doesn't mean I'm going to give Isaac Chamberlain the benefit of the doubt. If Isaac does lose his fight to Mikael Lawal, he is now officially the gatekeeper of the Cruiserweight division. And I would hate to see that happen for him, right? So if he still has those ambitions of being a world-level fighter, he's going to have to beat Mikael Lawal. And the thing is, he's boxed at a higher level than Mikael Lawal. I would definitely say he's the better boxer than Mikael Lawal. He's the sharp, like he throws sharper punches. He's a better defensive fighter. This is a fight he should be coming out on and winning. If there was ever a fight in his career where Isaac Chamberlain is going to have a breakout performance, it'll be this fight against Mikael Lawal. Now let's look over to the other side when it comes to the subject of Mikael Lawal. He is currently the British champion. He is currently a fighter that, when you look at him, he's got, you know, punching power. I think I would definitely say, when it comes to the subject of one-punch knockout power, Mikael Lawal has to be considered to be, in this fight, the bigger puncher. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, that's why I think the important thing for Isaac Chamberlain, I want to pull his box up right quick. The important thing for Isaac Chamberlain is going to be, you know, staying defensively tight and sound, and as the Brits say, switched on for the duration of the fight, because this is a guy that can punch. I mean, his last fight when he fought David Jamieson for the British title, you know, you saw what could happen if you're not careful. You could get knocked the hell out. That happened to him there. So yeah, like, Lawal has been very wound up by the trash talking to Isaac Chamberlain. This is a chance for him. I mean, listen, The only guys that have ever beaten Isaac Chamberlain are the elites of the division. Chris Smith, Lawrence Okoli, guys that are proven and established world championship fighters. So if Lawal has if Lawal has any ambition of being on that level, this is a fight he has to win. So I like this fight for so many reasons, because it's going to give us a lot of clarity as to who's who in the cruiserweight division. Can't even lie to you guys. It's hard for me not to be biased towards Isaac Chamberlain. He's one of my closest friends in boxing. As far as, you're not supposed to be friends with fighters, but I only got like 2 or 3 of those people in boxing where I can say they're really my friends that are fighters, and he's one of them. And I'm dying for him to break out. I just think for him, the important thing is going to be in this fight his legs, because his legs are going to be what gets him in the position to counterpunch. And I think he has to be careful. You know, Isaac has a bad history in the past, whether it be with Wadi Camacho or Chris Smith. He has a history of being a bit too Brixton for his own good and staying in that pocket and exchanging when he doesn't need to. So what I'm looking to see from Isaac in this fight is the maturation of Isaac Chamberlain, the boxing skills of Isaac Chamberlain, the counter-punching abilities of Isaac Chamberlain, and stand defensively tight and sound for the fight. Don't look for the knockout, but rather box and make him make the mistake and then make him pay for it. And as for Lawal, you know, he's the more physically imposing guy. You know, I'm looking for him to mow down Isaac Chamberlain and try to, you know, send him home packing and make him eat his words. So it's one of those great domestic British fights. And while the fight's not going to be, they're not even fighting in the same arena anymore. I guess the tickets didn't sell that well, so they've actually moved the fight from the O2 Arena to York Hall, which I actually like more, because York Hall is one of those historic British venues. It's a more intimate venue. It's a venue where the fans are right on top of you, and it's produced a lot of barn burners over the years. It's also the same place where, you know, Isaac Chamberlain had his British Fight of the Year when he dislocated his shoulder against Wadi Camacho and then went on to outbox him throughout the rest of the fight. So you know, it could be another British boxing classic. And you know, this to me was always the fight to watch on this card. So I'm excited to see you know, Isaac Chamberlain and Mikael Lawal get down to business and really scrap. But you know, listen, I don't think Isaac's gonna stop Lawal, but I just think, you know, now is the time where he's gotten the right amount of fights, gotten the right amount of rounds. He's come up short a couple times. I'm gonna say he wins this fight by decision. I like him by decision, but Lawal's a dangerous fighter. So we'll see how it goes. But I want to go with the new British Cruiserweight champion Isaac Chamberlain. But it should be a great fight. But best wishes to Lawal. I think Isaac has to be very careful to not get drawn into a slugfest with him. Otherwise, he's going to get severely stopped. You know, because Lawal does have a legitimate, real punching power. But nonetheless, that's my take on Lawal versus Chamberlain. You guys can let me know what you think down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just kidding from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.